took 155 of them, but I have dragon boots. For no reason other than the league task, because they'll probably get replaced with Bando's boots. In the middle of doing the MA2 cape, for casting the 3 god spells outside the arena, I did get to tier 6, so I can go cancel that Calphite task, pick an Abyssal Demons task and get my whip. And with the on the 3 times drop rate now, I can go back to Bando's and hopefully get the armour. Well, quicker than I did before, but that's to be seen. There we go, got my imbued god cape. So, what to do now? I don't really know. I'm on T6, so I should probably go and do Bandos or something, so I can last recall and absolute unit now without having the T3. So I might go do that. Triple drop rates and decent kill time. Time to go like 400,000 drive for the bloody whip. How long did it take on Trailblazer? I think it took 4 tasks of about 150 or more on Trailblazer to get the whip, which was decently quick. But that's to be seen on this one. A fragment? What fragment? Yes, Mother's Magic Fossils. I need to go back to the Mage Training Arena of Death at some point because of the task to finish, well, equip an entire Infinity set. So, having that fragment maxed out is going to be very nice. It'll still be slow, but at least it's 300% faster than the slowness. Our whip in the first task. That's the wrong play, buddy. That's, yeah. Godsword Shard 1 off the minions, Godsword Shard 2 off Grador. I just need the Godsword Shard. That's the Godsword Shard 3. I'm an idiot. I need Godsword Shard 2. I've got 1 and 3, I need 2. Then I have a Godsword Blade. All I need then is the hilt. So if you want to be so kind as to drop me the hilt, Grador, that would be very lovely. Let's fucking go. Bando's Chestplate. Hell yes. What was that? KC25. This is just brilliant. 30 kill count. Bando's Tassets. Boy, I'm rocking it right now. I've whacked away the crystal memories for now because while my luck is clearly on a good note, I'm gonna go and take my next Slayer task, which I'm gonna make Basilisks. And I'm gonna go do Basilisk Knights for the jaw. Because I think it's on the boosted drop table. I know it's boosted by default on a Slayer task. It goes from 1 in 5k to 1 in 1k on a task. But I think it's also on the boosted drop rates, so it should, in theory, be down to a 1 in 333. Which would be very nice if I can get that. Turn the Nader's Knot into the full face guard, and that should be good. So, where are they? I'm being blind? Am I being really that blind? Where the hell are basilisks? Oh, are you taking my... Where is it? Difficulty of assignments. Okay, yeah, I can handle any task. Why can I not... What's basilisks? Am I being blind? Demons, Necroils, Blackstones, Diagonal, Spectral Creatures, Hellhounds, Gargoyles, Bloodfield, Scarfatails. I'm being the most blind person ever here. Where the hell is... Can you not choose basilisks as a task? I'm confused. What do I need to... Oh, is it because I need to go to a lower Slayer Master? Is it really? I'm gonna go to Xanaris and see. Alright, is it here? Abbeys, Irons, Necril, Karask, Fodens, Calphites, Dagonath, Strong Horrors, Basilisks. Okay. So, yeah, I can't get it from Steve. Okay, so I've got to come and use Kale Dart if I want to be on a Basilisk assignment. Okay, that's not too bad. Getting here is not too much of a hassle. This, like, this isn't happening. That's a Basilisk jaw. That's... what? I get... like, 1 in 333, it's already boosted because of tier 6 and on Slayer task. But that was ridiculously fast. Like... what? I came here, killed like 4, went away to do Recipe for Disaster to try and get Barrow's gloves, but I can't be asked to do Evil Dave because I don't have a cat, I have a kitten, and it's not worth doing it with a kitten. So I came back, and that's a Basilisk jaw. Like, if this one would be kind enough to fall over dead, thank you. That is... where are you, Basilisk Knights? 15. 15 Basilisk Knights for the 1 in 333. That's... mad. Right, let's go see... is it the Bard that you have to talk to with it in your inventory? And he allows you to turn it in? Hello there, Olaf. Would you happen to know anything about Basilisk jaws, my friend? Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Nater's not face guard. Bab. That... better gear than I have in the main game. Yeah. Except I have Barrow's gloves in the main game. That's the only... and a Fury. Those are the only improvements that I have right now in main game over this. That's another 125 point task. Oh, it's the 50th Grador kill. Anything? Rune pickaxe. Okay. That's disappointing. Thank you. Jesus Christ. My RNG on hits is incredible. There we go. Come on. Wait, I just let him hit me because he'll kill himself. Did you really just hit a 0? I wanted you to kill yourself and you hit a 0. There we go. Make Jad kill himself. There's the fire cape. Equipping that is a league task. It's a fun task hopping around charter ships for the glass so you can get your crafting level up. But that's basically what I've been doing for little bits on and off for the past few days. Just sitting here waiting for my internet to be good and hopping around the charter ships. But I wanted to just have a little rant or discussion for future me to look back at and ponder when you're waiting for the next league. And it's more to moan at myself and have something to moan at because I am in one of those moods. But it's becoming more likely with my current pace and drive to play that I'm not likely going to get the Rune Cup. It's what I wanted, but it's most likely not going to happen, unfortunately. And that's just... it's annoying because that was the one goal I set myself, was, yeah, get the Rune Cup. That's your goal for this league, and you're going to do it, and it's going to be great. But, yeah, the point, looking at the current curve in point values and how that's aiming, Rune is looking like it's going to be around the 35k mark towards the end of the league. Oh, someone else is doing it as well. it's going to be around the 35k mark to the end of the league. Which, I've got to find a new space to go now. Let's go Corsair Cove. Yeah, it's going to be around that mark, so I need to try and aim to get that, which probably won't happen. But Adamant is still... it's still respectable. It's... what was Adamant? 20%? 25% of the player base for the leagues? So it's not the best, but I still won't mind it, because it shows I put some effort in. I got to tier 5. That's where Adamant's looking like it's going to finish, about the 16k point mark, so just about tier 5. And what do I feel is causing this? Well, multiple things really. And that's the problem. Is some of them can be attributed to me, some of them can't. That, I feel, has the biggest effect on it. Is because, well, I should state that just on the off chance that there is anybody else that finds this and watches it for some reason, and it's not just me looking back at it in a year's time, that these opinions are strictly my own, don't affect anyone but me, and are therefore biased towards me. But the reason I was addicted to Trailblazer was because it was my very first league, so I didn't play Twisted, so I still had that little honeymoon period with leagues. It's like, oh yeah, it's shiny and new and I could do all these things and it's amazing. And yeah, on top of that, I was in the middle of lockdown because of COVID, couldn't go anywhere. There were minimal games out that I particularly had a fancy in and were going to get, so I could just commit more time to the league. So 2020 had a fair few decent games and some not so good ones, but there were only 3 that really affected me, which would be Destiny Beyond Light, that came out, Black Ops Cold War, and World of Warcraft Shadowlands. So Beyond Light was good, but I didn't mind it, but it didn't really take me away for more than a week. Cold War was a similar experience, played it for the campaign and the zombies with friends, multiplayer. It's COD multiplayer, it's shit, let's face it. The last decent COD multiplayer that I had some fun on was actually the Modern Warfare reboot. That wasn't too bad, and it makes me think that the Modern Warfare 2 reboot, which should be the next one in the Infinity Ward line, is actually going to be good. Or at least I'd hope it would be. And Shadowlands took me away for the majority of the finale of the league, because obviously new WoW expansion, or I was big into WoW at that time. But it wasn't too bad because 2 monitors, WoW wasn't intensive as the other games were, so I could just easily AFK skills and still get no XP waste. But so like, that was not too bad, and Shattered Relics was shaping up to be even better, because there was only one guaranteed game and one potential game that could have taken time away from me in the league, and that would have been Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, would be the guaranteed one, and the potential one would have been Battlefield 2042, and seeing what happened with Battlefield 2042, that potential would have been a no, so it would have only been the Pokemon games, which wouldn't have taken me away for any exuberant amount of time through the league. And it would have been good because the league would have been finished by the time Legends Arceus released, and I'd have been able to play that. But obviously, that didn't happen because the group Iron Men started crying that they were going to lose people from their groups that would want to play the league. So Jagex did the great thing and pushed the league back, and then the Group Iron Man players died anyway because they couldn't bother to play Group Iron Man, so fun for them. They got our league delayed and then still did what happened to them still happened, so you can tell I'm just a little bit annoyed at that, can't you, really? Oh, God. So, yeah, that's where the majority of the problem started, because Shattered Relics goes live. If I look back at my first video on it, you can see I'm all happy and cheerful because I'm like, yay, League, new content, and things to play on RuneScape, because I don't play my main. I don't play it as main anymore, really. I just play the League. So I was happy and I was like, yeah, all cheerful. And then it dawned on me with the renown values how slow the start of the league was actually going to be. That killed a little bit my drive right there. Because it's like, well, I've got to be a bit more planning. I like to be carefree and just go. But I've got to plan a bit more for what I'm going to do now. When it comes down to it. And then... So that killed a bit of my drive off the start. But it took them about a week. They essentially slashed all the point values in half. So... yeah, that started to speed it up, but it was still, I was still a little bit bummed from the start being slow, and I couldn't really get over it. But then obviously games started to come out, whereas the original time period for the league from November 3rd, was it, to January 16th, wouldn't have had any major game releases, apart from the ones that I mentioned. We now have a whole new slew of game releases between January 19th to... oh, somebody's here as well. Why is somebody here? God damn it, everybody's at every chartership. But now there's a whole new slew of game releases that are in the way and causing problems. So we come to the first one. Pokemon Legends Arceus released, which I put a lot of time into. I mean, it was Game Freak's best Pokemon game for a long time. Like, they need to carry that forward through all the other Pokemon games. I feel like I need to go to another chartership now. Let's go Shipyard. They need to carry that forward through all future Pokemon games, because that was brilliant. Like, yeah, Legends Arceus, brilliant. Put a lot of time into that. I think it was sitting, last time I checked, it was around 60 hours, which is not bad, but not the best. So it took a lot of time away from the league, but not too much. Obviously, after that came Lost Ark, Total War Warhammer 3, Destiny 2's Witch Queen, which came out 2 days ago, and I put a lot of time into that as well already. So, like, Lost Ark, already put 100 hours into that. Warhammer 3's getting up there in hours as well. Got a big game going with everybody, that's fun. Destiny 2's going to start climbing again now that there's content on that. And while I didn't play them personally, there's an honourable mention for Dying Light 2, which came out at the start of February. And at the time of recording this little thing, which is February 24th, there's Elden Ring, which is the top of everybody's need to playlist. I personally won't be playing it because I'm not a big fan of it. Like, a big fan of that style of games. I never played Dark Souls, which is sacrilege to some people, but still. Not the top of my list. So I put a lot of time into the 3 that I personally played. That took a lot of time out of the league. While I personally didn't play Dying Light 2, and I'm not going to be playing Elden Ring, I don't think. You could see in the numbers as I hop through the worlds, it's taken a big hit to the actual league's player base. That in itself is not a bad thing, though, because less players on the league means the point value thresholds for the cups aren't going to change too much. So it should be easier for me to hopefully get comfortably into Adamant. That, I think, is going to have to be the stopping point at this point, is comfortably into Adamant versus Rune. I could try for Rune still, but I don't think I'm going to get there as much as I really, really want to. But I have to make concessions, and that's one of them. So, where was I? Thresholds. Right. So I'm still going to be playing as best I can, aiming towards the end of the league, trying to get as many points as I can. I'll still be trying to get to Rune, but there's one last potential hurdle when it comes to something maybe taking time out of the leagues, and that's Guild Wars End of Dragons. That is another thing that's a potential, because I like Guild Wars. I like dragons, and yeah, enough said on that. But I'd like to give Guild Wars End of Dragons a shot and see if it's any good. So, and then there's anything else that could happen between now and the 16th, I want to say, of March. But, yeah. I think if this league had gone ahead in its initial period, then it would have been fine, and I'd have probably been in a better off shape than I am now. I'd have committed more time to it, and it'd have been good. But that delay, I cite that delay as one of the major points for me essentially failing in this league, and for me not doing as much as I wanted to do in this league. But that's also partly down to me, because personally I've just not wanted to play as much. Like, I've gone out a bit more, I've done more things not RuneScape based, and yeah. Right, so rant over. Bit of a long one, but I needed to get that down to remind myself when I look back at this, probably a year's time, waiting for the next league, watch back some of these to remind me of Shattered Relics and how I did in that, so I know where I can improve on. And more as a warning to myself to actually have a better plan going into it, because not having a plan has sort of ended problematic for me. So, yeah. And just in case there was anyone else that randomly discovered this video and decided to watch it, I'm sorry, I guess, for making you listen to me in this. But that was your choice, not mine. You clicked on the video. Don't know why. I'm not particularly entertaining. I'm not really enthusiastic. I sound like a bit of a cunt. So, that's your problem. But yeah, rant over. I'm going to carry on crafting.